Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 57 of Crusader Kings 2. Before we start, as always, a very big thank you to my Patreon supporter Gamer Cowboy for sponsoring this entire series with his generous donation on Patreon. Thank you very much. And we are going to start this episode with exactly what we said we were going to do at the end of the last one and declare a war against this guy over here for this the rest of this duchy, which will be most of the kingdom that we need down here. We'll be able to usurp the title, so we'll go ahead and do that. So let's go find this guy. He's right there. We are going to declare a war for a de jure claim on all of that. He does have someone who will come in and help him, which is this guy up here, who I don't think is going to be a problem. So let's go ahead and just declare that. I'm just going to keep things paused and just check the diplomatic relations. Yeah, so this guy's got a few bits and pieces up here. That's not an issue to us. We should be able to deal with this quite easily, I would have thought. So let's go ahead and we are going to basically raise up, well, we're definitely going to raise up all of the vassal levies at this point. I know we were trying to wait for that to burn down a little bit. It does cause some problems, but let's go ahead and raise all the vassal levies. We can use the retinues also. So let's go ahead and get everyone together. We've got more vassal levies down here. There's loads and loads of people. I'll probably have two separate armies just to speed this up, and then we won't be suffering quite as much attrition either. Let's just have a quick look at the tech here. We could get some military organisation. That's always worth having. That'll give us some even more retinue cap. So let's go ahead and do that. This is our cousin we're not terribly bothered about, so we'll just go for diplomatic education, and we'll start moving people in towards each other again. Hopefully I've got everybody selected, because sometimes I do forget and have random armies just sort of sat around doing nothing. So we're going to start moving in. So we'll probably have enough here to sort of split this into two armies, which is fine. Someone's still stealing with us. We don't want from us. We don't want to become paranoid, so we'll just leave that for now. So let's just wait until this whole army gets together, and then we will split it up into two. So pause up, group together, split in half. Right. So let's go ahead and select this army. You are going to have... I don't mind there being kings in it as long as it's not me. So this is one army. You're going to go over there. And then we need to select the other army. We'll wait for these guys to get out of the way. Can you stop? There we go. So I'm leading this one, which I don't really want to be. So you and... You're not leading an army currently, so that's fine. So both of these armies now have 3 commanders each. So there we go. We won't suffer massive tons of attrition, and we can take these quite easily. Settle my horse. We might one day actually catch that tiger. I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen, but we'll give it our best. But yeah, we'll just start sieging out here. He seems to have disappeared off somewhere, so that's fine. I'm sure at some point we will be able to give something to our son. We can become cruel. After I made another courtier cry, the third one in a short week, I felt a bit embarrassed. Is this really who I am? A cruel man who likes to hurt people. 20% chance we can become cruel, which gives us more morale damage and more intrigue, or I have a 45% chance to become kind, which gives us more diplomacy. I'm not too bothered. Well, diplomacy would be nice. I'm never too bothered about intrigue. Yep, we got it. We got kind. Excellent. Gives us more diplomacy, which is good. My dog has died. Bury him in the castle garden. Fruitlessly scouring the countryside, you come across a small cottage in the wilds. As you knock the door, an old crone opens. As she sees you and your hunting party, she cackles eerily as she says she has a powerful potion that will make you a stronger hunter. Sure, let's give it a go. Oh, I don't feel well. It's given me the squits. We've got the squits. That's not a good start. You've returned to your court. The hunt for the white beast seems fruitless. And we've got a siege done there. Let's just go and march straight on to the capital. No important decisions are available. Seek treatment for illness. Let's call the court physician. Is not due to a serious illness, and it will pass. Receive some mild treatment. Famous writer proposes to compose your family chronicles. Give him patronage. We can become proud. Or we can ignore him and become humble. Will give us some monthly karma, actually. We get humble. We are humble. Excellent. Avoid spices and fatty foods to treat your diarrhea. I like this guy. He seems to have sensible advice. I've drank something that's a little bit iffy. It's given me the squits and he's told me not to eat spicy food. That makes a lot of sense. Now then, our uncle's died of consumption. This is the uncle that was like next in line for this place here. So we are getting closer in the line of succession for this. We've got a couple of cousins. If these cousins disappear, then this will suddenly be ours. So we could potentially get rid of these. We would be a kinslayer if we were caught. So it's not a particularly good idea, but I mean it could certainly be done. Send you a gift. This is our physician. Send you a gift. 15 seems reasonable. How much would we need to send you? 28? Yeah, I can live with that. There's another 9. How much would you want? 27? I can live with that also. What about you? 53? Oh, we even get the king involved there as well. You would want 120. Do you know what? I can afford that as well. That's probably enough. I feel better. We no longer have the squits. So, that is good. We're already over 110% there. That is fine. Someone's already let them know about my plot, which is awkward. Someone is now known as the Unchaste. This is my... Oh, it's my cousin. This is not my wife. Can we just get you married off to somebody? Just get you out of here. And marry somebody. So, we've got the capital there. We're up to 36%. That's not as much as I would have thought. Let's go ahead and keep just grabbing more stuff. Threatening is decaying, even though we are currently at war. We can press ducal claims. Well, we're already kind of doing that anyway, really. So who's this? This is our courtier. Walked up to me today, striking up a conversation. We ended up having a long talk about a great many things. He may gain affectionate. Oh, that's fine. I spoke at length with him about a great many things. We laughed a lot, and it seems I have made a new friend. Become close friends. It gives us +1 diplomacy. Oh, well, that's fine. Anything that gives me a bit more diplomacy is good. So it looks like you've actually split up a little bit there. That helps us out for later on. Yeah, you're pretty weak. A lot of these guys up here are falling apart. We're one of the only sort of consolidated empires close by. I mean, the Musketeer is quite large, but everything and the Utsang, but everything else is quite chopped up here. So we might be able to gain most of India. I don't know if you can actually see like individual countries. No, you can't. Defensive pacts. No real pacts against us. Dynasties. Yeah, I think we've got quite a good foothold here. So I do like where this is going. You've managed to grab that, so let's keep moving forwards. Let's keep taking more stuff. We're at 49%, so that's good going. You are trying to raise some units. Actually getting some of these quite quickly, aren't we? Let's go and move over there, because that's another sort of capital holding. It's always good if we can grab those quite quickly. They may well move in with some of these armies and attempt to take some stuff back. That's fine. We'll deal with that if we need to. Making a fair bit of money now. Yeah, you're trying to do that, but it looks like somebody's going to go and give you a kicking anyway. You're already willing for peace. Surrender. Yep. Accept. So this is all ours now. So he's in another war. We didn't even control this stuff. Somebody else does. So let's go ahead and disband the unit. No retinues will be disbanded. So some of this is retinue, but we'll take it back over here. And we'll get these guys out of there. Priests from the local Hindu temple have approached asking for a donation. If we give them 145 gold, we can get a lot of extra karma. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's disband you. Again, it doesn't disband the retinues, so let's go and get the retinues home. So now we should be able to... Right, did we gain any extra? Yes, we did. We've gained an extra province somewhere. This one. So we've actually gained this. VIII Wadawa or whatever. So if we find our unlanded son, grant landed title... And we can give you that, include lower titles. Excellent. So let's just have a quick look at how this is working out here in these de jure kingdoms. So this is all part of this kingdom here. Now, we don't own this kingdom. How about the duchies? It's 2 duchies. Do we own this duchy title? We do not. Is that all one duchy? No, it's 2 different duchies. So this is a duchy that we own 75% of. We should be able to assert that title. No, why can we not? Why can we not have this duchy title here? Because I'd like to give it the duchy to my son. So this is the duchy capital. But you are my... I'm your direct liege. And I shouldn't be. So I'm... These are all direct vassals. There's no duke here. But this is part of this kingdom, which isn't yet a kingdom. So we need to make you the king, which means we need to create this king. I need to create 2 kingdoms here, which is a bit problematic. Let's go and create this one first. The Kingdom of Andra. Right, so we've created that kingdom. And now we can... Now you're just a duke. So we could take our son here and make you the King of Andra. Include lower titles. There you go. So you're now the king of all of that. So you deal with all that rubbish. Excellent. Pick an ambition. Become a paragon of enlightenment. Yeah, that's going to take a while. So we still need to get our karma up quite a lot if we want to create this other kingdom, which is definitely something that we want to do. I think there's still one province there that does... Yeah, this province here actually belongs to this kingdom. Unfortunately, because they're not at peace, we can't straight up ask for it. We did gain all of this, which we didn't have to go to war for ourselves, which is fine. Someone's trying to kill my wife. So we have almost got every single... There's literally... Let me get this correct. 2. There are 2 provinces, 2 counties that are left that are part of our de jure empire that we haven't yet got. And we will. We will get them. Truces are expiring. You are this guy up there. You're not particularly problematic. So we are going to have to start working on other stuff. If we want to start claiming other things, like maybe this up here, maybe this is where we start. Are you guys independent? Do you have a liege? You do have a liege. You're quite small. So maybe, yeah, maybe we want to start fabricating on this. So let's go ahead and get the Chancellor. Where are you currently? I know, why is this really weird? De jure duchies. Why don't you own that? That's part of your de jure duchy, isn't it? But your direct liege is... Yeah, he should transfer vassalage of you. That's just weird. Anyway, that aside, let's go ahead and regroup the retinues together. So, let us... Right, Chancellor, where are you? Has a favour... Is in... Udayagiri fabricating claims. You don't need to. You don't need to. Don't get out of there. So let's go ahead and have you fabricate somewhere else. And we'll have you fabricate on that there. That seems fine. We are still threatening. 28.6%. Because, of course, we just won another war and took a load of stuff. Our vassals may well go and take some stuff for us, though. Which is good. Oh, you're the same guy that's down here. You own a lot of stuff, don't you? You're at war with a lot of people as well. So we'll leave you to that. We can actually, now we've given away some land to our son, we can actually go ahead and end that plot. We don't really need to do it. So our heir is our son, who is also the king of this one, which is fine. So we only own one kingdom. Let's get this right. We have, oh, our wife has died. Complications related to gout. There's a few defensive pacts against us. So, you know, we've got to be careful here. Got a few defensive pacts. Our wife has died. We've lost our spy master. Let's get a new wife first of all. We're looking good for 43, aren't we? Looking quite spry. Any geniuses left? It's unlikely we're going to have any more children. No one with particularly good skills. No, no genius. Any attractive? Any strong? Helps with the martial. You're 29. You also have the Great Pox. You're 35. You have the Great Pox. Obviously, being strong doesn't help you against the Great Pox. What about quick? Nobody quick. What came up when we typed in genius? I know we didn't get any geniuses, but we had some people who were okay. We've got a 17-year-old here with relatively decent stats. There's nobody here who's particularly standout, I'll be quite honest. What about if we just look specifically for someone with high stewardship? So we've got this 29-year-old strong person with the Great Pox, which is not a good thing. You're kind and shrewd. You're 19. Decent stats across the board. Yep. Let's go with you. So we need a new spy master. This doesn't actually have to be our wife. We can go and pick somebody else. People that like us. Well, we could put our son in, but that's a little bit risky. I'd sooner put in somebody who I'm not particularly bothered about losing. So let's go ahead and use you. Do we have any plots against us? I haven't looked at societies for a while. I guess it's still, yeah, still the same old societies. No factions against us. Anybody plotting that we care about? Not really. So let's go ahead and use the Spy Master to attempt to study technology somewhere. Although we're probably one of the technology leaders by now. We can send our new wife into hiding. Is somebody plotting against the new wife already? Not that I can see there. That's a little bit weird. Okay, can we increase the retinues? That was the other thing, because we did increase the cap with army organisation. We can. Oh, we can get significantly more retinues. Let's go ahead and get anything that has heavy infantry is well worth getting. Let's get some war elephants and some archers. Wow, we can still get some more. Let's get more cavalry. And that's has hit the cap there. So let's march these guys up. We're going to have an absolutely huge retinue. It will cost us more money, but we're making a fair bit, so I think that's fine. We want this guy to get out of this war. We'll see what gets taken. Maybe we can then try and grab something back. A famous herald, well versed in diplomatic protocol, has arrived at our court. He is proposing his services to us, and our chamberlain is saying that we can make good use of this man. So it cost us 50 odd gold. And we get a courtier called Gaburi. Looks like we've got an outbreak as well, something or another. Okay, so let's have a quick look in the court. See if we can find this guy. Where is he? There's this fellow here. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm not sure what we're going to use him for, but that's okay. So we've got this outbreak. It's quite far away at the moment. What is it? It is camp fever. Okay, well hopefully that's not going to cause too much of a problem. It'll keep well away from the capital. So we're still fabricating that claim up here. Yeah, once this war's ended, we'll see if we can take any of that. We can usurp the title. You've already managed to give us a tech boost there. Well done. So what are our current options? Town infrastructure or church infrastructure? Well, we usually get more monies from mayors than we do from bishops, so we'll go for the town infrastructure. Let them start building some stuff up. Let's make sure we keep upgrading stuff. One thing we haven't done for a while is looked at the hospital here. So we do have a hospital, but we've really done nothing with it. Now, it's quite expensive to do anything, but disease resistance is never bad. Gain some extra karma with some of these. Library, technological spread rate, cultural tech. Let's just upgrade the sick house. I mean, it's very expensive, but it will really help things out in the capital there. We'll just watch this camp fever. I'm just going to go ahead and move the retinues over here. Also, I don't want to be leading this, especially if there's camp fever coming in. This is that little kid that we befriended. He loves keeping his things in order and patiently spends a lot of time on it. I should help guide him in the right direction, and there's a chance that he could become diligent, or he is a busy soul just like me. He loses the trait fussy and gains the trait patient. Nothing wrong with that. Why are we helping out some random kid? We don't have any wards. Do we have any younger children? We don't. We've only got the one son. Hopefully we'll get some more with the new wife here. So yeah, let's just move the retinues away from all of that illness. The threat is going away, so that is fine. How's the vassal raised penalty? It's going away with a lot of them, actually. A few more months and that'll be gone. There's that white tiger again. So we can still strangely usurp that title. I really don't know why it's giving us that option. And we still need to create the... We need the 200 karma to create the other kingdom. You've usurped a title. Oh, here's one thing that we do need to do, actually. Which we should be able to do. If we look at laws, can we do this yet? Administration Imperial. So we want to change this to external only. 16th of June, what? Cannot change another crown law until 1051. Wow, that's a long time. But 1011. What date on 1011? 16th of June. So we can put the administration up to Imperial. Now, what else does that actually give us? It puts our vassal limit up by 25, but reduces feudal vassal opinion by 10. That's fine. Can live with that. And that gets us one step closer to stopping all of the guys from within our court from being able to fight each other. Now then. It's still not letting me do this for some reason. It should be letting me do that. Why is there no option there? Majesty level is greater or equal to 5. What on earth is Majesty? Never even heard of that. Where do you even see it? Karma, Prestige, Vassal limit, Domain size. What is my Majesty limit? Not too sure why it won't let me choose that. We're still the target of a defensive pact. It's actually got quite a lot of people in it. So we really do need to let that threatening go away. How's the outbreak going? It's still mostly over there. A leper arrived in court today. With the leper colony being overcrowded, he has nowhere to go and begs for your aid. You can stay here. As much as I want the karma, we'll wait for it to form naturally. We don't necessarily want to die from that. Now, what I was going to say is, even though it says for this other law, which we want to sort of click on this. Yeah, holder primary title has the law Imperial Administration. We can't do that yet. Now, it says we can't change another crown law until the 16th of June 1051. But if we were to die and be replaced by our successor, they would be able to. But I'm not sure why we don't have this option. It seems like I meet all of the requirements apart from that Majesty level thing. I'm going to have to look that up. Because I'm not sure at all what your Majesty level... Oh, is it in here? Majesty. Ah, there we go. It's actually a tech. So we need to get Majesty up to level 5 before we can enact that. So we've got to be careful. We don't want to have too many of our individual vassals... we don't want to have too many of our individual vassals taking land from one another. Because that can be quite problematic. We don't want anybody getting too big, really. We've got... that's quite a bit of gold and a bit of prestige, but we'll use it. That's given us a claim over here. What's happened here? Did we actually take the rest of this stuff? Was that all ours? Mostly. There's still one province here. So that belongs to you. He's your liege, which is this guy here. That's fine. I'm guessing you're probably the Duke of both. No, you've only got the one. You've got the kingdom. And then you've got one Raj title, which is that one. So who is this one? Maybe you just haven't created it yet. That's probably what it is. But we've still got a claim on this. We can't offer this guy vassalization, but this province here, or this not too sure what's going on there. That's a little bit weird. Looks like this is actually quite weird. It's one of my commanders killed. If we actually look at this, the town and the temple are actually controlled by us, which is really weird. But we don't control the upper level. See, this guy really should be our vassal. This should be part of our land, and we could declare a war on that. I mean, I'm guessing we've still got the truce. Yeah, we've still got the truce, but we do have a de jure claim on that. So that is something that we'll have to grab later. I mean, that one of our vassals could go after it for us, but we've got a claim on this now as well. So just before we end the video, because I'm well aware we're over the 20-minute mark, we do need to go ahead and move somewhere else. So let's go ahead and grab the Chancellor, and let's go ahead and get you actually fabricating here. And we'll see if we can start grabbing some of this as well. Anyway, I think that's probably a good point to end the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying Crusader Kings 2. As always, a very big thank you to my Patreon supporter, Gamer Cowboy, for sponsoring this entire series. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, goodbye for now.